Good morning. Today going to be discuss on this videos of the next component on unit number 3, that is capital market 3. The concept is arbitrage pricing theories. Already we discussed about in the last videos, that is your capital market, that is CAPM model theory and various problems. Let's discuss on this videos, that is arbitrage pricing theories. Okay. Arbitrage pricing theory, it is another important theory of capital market, where arbitrage pricing theories going to be discussed about these theories, basically how this theory has been come into existence, how this model is there, that will be denoted as APT, and comparison between CAPM and your arbitrage pricing theories. Let's move to the what arbitrage theory talks about. Basically, as a background, arbitrage pricing theory was developed by Stephen Ross in the year 1976. So how the CAPM model is there, same things arbitrage theory also developed historically in the year 1976. It is Stephen Ross. He focus upon this theory begins with the analysis of how investor construct efficient portfolio and offer new approach for explaining the asset prices, and state that a return on any risk asset is a linear combination of various microeconomic factors that are not explained by this theory. Namely, means what exactly arbitrage pricing theory talks about by Stephen Ross, where CAPM talks about, that is your individual return based upon market performance. How market performance changes, that will raise to your individual performance, but that return should be more than your risk-free rate of returns. But Stephen Ross, as arbitrage, he begins with that your investor returns will be determined based upon the construction of efficient portfolio, and that asset prices will be based upon the basically microeconomic factors. So he is raising the main important point, that is the microeconomic factors can be used for the longer periods to be determine your expected returns. However, unlike both the models, CAPM and APT specifies simple linear relationship between asset return and associate factors. See, CAPM also there is a linear equation is there, APT also this linear equation is there. Each share or portfolio may have different set of risk factors and different degrees of sensitivity to each of them. Even though how CAPM will be used, the equation RI is equal to RF plus beta into RA minus RF. Same things APT is also having a linear relationship, but the thing it is in the CAPMs where market performance will decide the individual based upon the market factors, but the return should be more than your risk-free rate of returns. But APT talks about basically the efficient portfolio construction or individual shares value. It depends upon the macroeconomic factor. Basically, the macroeconomic factors are affected, and based upon that, how your this macroeconomic factors related to your individual risk will measure regarding the performance of your equity shares or maybe in a portfolio activities. Now we'll go for as a background how this arbitrage pricing theory basically come with the powers, where it state that number of distinct factors determine the market returns. So he basically focus upon arbitrage pricing theories will be on different number of factors, which the factors it is that we'll talk about. Roll and Ross states that securities long run return is function of changes since. So if your securities return is there, if you want to be changed due to the inflation, due to the industrial production, risk premiums, how much we are risk taken in the compared to market, and slope of the term of structure of interest rates, means these four basically the factors. Apart from other macroeconomic factors is also responsible, but Ross as talking about this APT theory basically will deals with the inflations, industrial production, risk premium, the slope of interest rates. So changes on these issues will leads to the changes of your securities return in the long run. So that is where denoted as arbitrage pricing theory as a background. Apart from that, not all analysts are concerned with the same set of economic information, but a single market measure such as beta does not capture all the information relevant to the price of the stocks, and therefore basically APT theory, that is arbitrage pricing theory, will be criticized what the difficulties is there in the CAPM as a market portfolio as a benchmark, as an alternative pricing theory with fewer assumption was developed by, that is arbitrage pricing theory. Means what criticism is there, where the proxy of the market portfolio benchmark, where it is not facing the problems, and that alternative pricing concept, that is how arbitrage pricing concept will take about, that is taking advantage of price due to the changes of your inflations due to the changes of macroeconomic factors, and that theory only we can talk about, that is arbitrage pricing theory. We'll discuss about some of the assumptions of this theory, how CAPM is having the assumptions. Same things in the some other assumptions are there here. Capital assets return properties are consistent with linear structure of factor. The return can be described by a factor model only, means your return of equity or maybe portfolio can be determined various factor point of view, and it can be determined by the linear equation only. Either there is no arbitrage opportunity in the capital market, or market have the perfect competition, means if due to that factors the prices change or may not be changed, but there is a perfect competition, and the number of economic securities are either inestimable. So the law of large number can be applied, the makes it possible to form portfolio that diversify the firm specified risk individual stock also, means diversification is not available in the CAPM, that has to be taken as a point of view APT. And lastly, the number of the factors that can be estimated by the investor is known in advance only, means how many are the investors are there, it should be known in the easily with the help of that is arbitrage pricing theory. So basic assumptions, and apart from that three major assumptions we'll talk about, that is capital that is your arbitrage pricing theory. Capital market are perfectly competitive, so information are readily available, number of buyers, number of sellers are there, and buyers and sellers of your investors. Then investor always prefer more wealth to less wealth in a certainty. So always investor in the short long run, they want to be think about to be go for as a creating more wealth. The stochastic process generating asset return. Okay, so arbitrage asset return can be expressed in the linear equation of a set of k factors index. Basically, how this linear equation will denote it as things about your expected rate of return. See denote where we have to think about that various issues of your arbitrage pricing theories, that is expected rate of return is equal to ET plus B beta into risk premium plus beta second into risk premium 2. So how many factors are there that will affect to the your beta factor. So RI denoted as your return of asset during successive period, EI denoted as expected return on assets, and beta it is reaction of asset return to movement in a common factor, and common factor with 0 means the influence return on all assets, which is nothing but risk free asset, and risk premium denoted as your K factor denoted as a unique effect on the asset return by the assumptions completely diversified in large portfolio. Yes, overall how this equation will be there, expected return is equal to risk free asset plus beta into interest rate plus beta into second factors, then beta into third factors, means how many microeconomic factors will be affected, that we are going to be multiplied, and ultimately it should be going for as a risk free assets, means your return can be generated with the risk free rate of return plus how much risk we are taken to compare to your macroeconomic factors. So beta will measure how these factors will be affected, the moment of that factors will measure, that is beta related to the risk premium. So this is what the basic equations, and these equations again has to be considered. This is what the single factor model of APTs. Now arbitrage pricing theory is also called as a multi-factors concepts, and that multi-factor expected to have impact on all assets, just like inflation, growth in GNP, major political upheavals, changes in interest rate, and many more. Means what are macroeconomic factors will come to the pictures generally in a one particular economy, that all factors will affect it, so that all factors related to how the changes of that all factor to the market performance, including your returns. So that constitute your expected rate of return as per arbitrage pricing theory. And here beta specifically determine how each asset reacts to its common factors, means each asset may be affected by growth of GNP, but effect will be differ, means the GNP's gross national product will be increases, or in application of this theory the factors are not identified. Similarly the CAPM, the unique effect of independent, and it will be diverse in a large portfolio. So here the beta will measure how one factors impact on your particular assets, and is it going to be affected going on as a positives or negatives, or how it is going to be changes taken place. So that can be measured, that is beta value in the things. And APT assumes in an equilibrium return on zero investment, also zero systematic risk portfolio is zero when the unique effect were diversified awaits, and the return of assets can be affected. So how things will be considered? So here the equation we are going to be used basically as a calculation purpose. This equation we can use, that is where arbitrage pricing theories, where expected return is equal to where we have to the lambda 0 plus lambda 1 into beta 1 plus lambda 2 into beta 2 plus 3 up to the n number of activities, and then we have to go for basically here see that lambda is where expected return on assets with 0 systematic risk, means which the return should be that is will be the return generated on that particular activities will be having the 0% risk, is nothing but your risk free asset only. For example, government security bills, treasury bills, then RBI bonds, or any other things where the has having the 0 systematic risk. So that will denoted as a lambda here in the arbitrage pricing theory, where lambda 1 it is the risk premium related to each of the common factor. For example, risk premium related to interest rate, means suppose the first factor is interest rate. So what is relation with your risk premiums? The lambda values. And second factors we can go for as a beta into the second factor, that is interest rate, then beta into other factors, that is inflation factors, beta into changes of GDP, GNP, then beta into other factors, or beta here it is considered regarding pricing relationship between risk premium and asset, that is how responsive asset to the common factors, means how one factors of macroeconomic factors impact your stock returns can be measured beta, and that will be relation with their macroeconomic factors to the market performance, and will generate to the adding of your risk free asset will get the arbitrage pricing theories. And basically so now we have to use that as a arbitrage pricing theories for a calculation purpose. Earlier for also we can use, but here in some of the problems we are using lambda 0 is nothing but risk free asset, but basically we are going to be used that is instead of lambda 0 we have to be used that is risk free asset purpose, RF value we can use. So same things remaining, it is consider that is expected return is equal to RF, that is RF means your lambda 0 is nothing but risk free asset plus lambda 1 into beta, first factor into that moment of factors risk premium, second factors into moment of second, third factors plus up to n number has to go for the up to k number we can take. So how many factors will be there? So total of that will generate as a expected rate of return as per arbitrage pricing theory. And basically arbitrage pricing theory is considered the name itself arbitrage, the word, that is taking price advantage with the help of that is various macroeconomic factors, will deal with the linear equation which is it is developed by Ross in the year 1976. So this is what theoretical things of your arbitrage pricing theories. Let's move to the problem parts in the today's videos. See the question number 1. What are things they given? We can identify the things of question number 1. That is, see the question they are given here, estimate the stock return by using CAPM model and arbitrage model. So the question there asks stock return we should be calculate with the help of CAPM model and with the help of APT model, that is arbitrage pricing model, and the information it is given. So information they given, expected return of market is nothing but when we comes the expected return of market will denote it as your RM value. Okay, then equity beta is 1.2, so beta value it is given, so that is 1.2 of that things, and the risk free asset is already given, so that we denote it as your RF values. So they ask the question of using CAPM and APT you should find out stock returns. Both the model we required market returns, both the model we required beta, both the model we required risk free asset also. So and apart from that various factor it is given. So these factors is nothing but inflation, industrial production, risk premiums, interest rates it will be considered, and market risk price of a risk is nothing but your lambda value will denote it as your particular activities, and that is this market price risk means your lambda value, and sensitivity index means beta for APT. So these two information will be useful for the purpose of using these 4 factors for calculation of stock return as per your arbitrage pricing model, and remaining information we can use for CAPM model for the calculation of your stock returns. So let's find out your stock return based upon CAPM model and arbitrage model. So see that first things will be has to be calculated, that is stock return as per CAPM model. See what are things we required for as a CAPM model. We require RI is equal to RA plus beta into RM minus RF. So already in the problems, so the information is given, that is market return is 15, then beta it is given 1.2, then interest rate it is given, that is risk free interest rate RF. So this, using these three information, you should calculate easily your expected rate of return, that is 8 plus 1.2 in bracket 15 minus 8, 7 into 1.2 will get 8.4. So your expected return as per your CAPM model will be considered 16.5. In the same way, as per the given information, once we calculate as per the return of CAPM model, we have to go for now APT model, that is calculation of APT model to find out expected return of stock returns. So how we are going to find out? Using APT model, see the equation, linear equation we can use to find out your stock return of APT model, that is expected return is equal to RF plus lambda 1 into beta 1, second lambda 2 into beta 2, lambda 3 into beta 3 plus up to n number of that. So how many beta factors are this? You can identify that. We'll be considering the problems 1, 2, 3, 4. So total 4 factors. So market price of risk means lambda value, sensitive index means your beta value only. So just multiply your the things and take that risk free assets, that is 8%. So we'll get that summation of that your linear equations of your APT model, that is CRF, it is given 8. So first vector lambda 1 it is 6. Your then beta of that 1.6 plus second factor 2 0.8, third factor 3, then 1.0, fourth factor that is 4, beta 8 minus 0.9. So simplify this all bracket, will get 6.6 plus 1.6 plus 3, last one is minus, you can take minus 3.6, simplifying that will get 7.6, 756 plus 8. So your market return will get 15.6% as per APT models. But APT model purpose, how to calculate that is using these linear equations, and this linear equation depend upon how many factors it is given. It may be 4, 3, 5 or maybe more than that. Add, multiply with your market factors price and total of that plus your risk free assets. So whatever return will generate your market, that is expected rate of return of stock returns. So see how many factors it is given, that is 4 factors, market lambda value into sensitive index. So multiplication and add in the risk free asset will get the return as per the average, that is arbitrage pricing theories. So this is related to question number 1, basic problems on that arbitrage pricing theory using the problem of your arbitrage pricing theories. Then similar way the question number 2 is there, so you can practice on that same things. As per you should calculate return and expected return and expected return as per CAPM also, and arbitrage what we solved in the question number 2. Then let's move to the next question, question number 3. It is different from earlier problems. See that Mr. X intend to invest in equity shares of a company, the value of which depends upon various parameters as mentioned below. Okay, so here Mr. X is he's want to invest in the equity and he has given some of the parameters. So which are the parameters he is getting? That is, see factors they are getting, number of factors 3, 5, total 5 factors it is given. Their beta value is there. Again expected values and actual value is given. Here they are not given market price, or here they are not given the lambda values. So here they mention that is your expected value and actual values, means GNP factor is there. GNP factor will be, sensitive index will be 1.20. It will generate 7.70 as per expected, but actually also 7.70. So what the difference is there, how the things will be considered as your calculation of APT models, because lambda value is not given. And here again 5 factors is there, beta value, their expected value is given, actual value is there, means how that factors will generate expected values and how actually that factors it is come to the pictures. So apart from that, they mention here the risk, your risk free rate of interest is already given, that is 9.25, and the question they given, how much is the return of shares under APT models. So ultimately they ask the question here, you should find out the return as per APT only, but here lambda value is not given. But apart from lambda value means your risk premium of a equity shares related to beta performance. So beta is given with 5 index, that is GNP, inflation, interest rate, stock index and industrial production factors, and lambda value is not there. So what exactly a market risk premium is? Lambda is nothing but APT, that is market, that is your risk premium activity. So risk premium is not given. Instead of that, they are mentioned one factors what expected value is there and what actual value is this. So with the help of that, we should determine your expected rate of returns. So we can find out that if the problem is not given lambda values, so without using linear equation also we can find out your APT model returns. So we take that 5 factors as it is: GNP, inflation, interest rate, stock market and industrial. Take the second column beta as usual for that particular factor, expected values as it is given in the problem, and then actual values. Once we get that all activities, the next step we should follow to be find out your APT model. It is when the lambda value is not given or risk premium activity is not given, that times you should minus that expected value minus your expected value and actual value should compare about that, not minus, and you should find out the difference between your expected values and your actual values. Okay, 7.70 and 7.7, the difference is 0. Okay, then comes to 5.57. What is the main difference? You can take 1.5. Here the negatives and plus value does not important, only we can take the difference. Then 7.75 and 9, what is the difference? 1.2. Then 10 and 12, 2. Then 7 and 7.0, that is 0.5. The negative impact does not use because we want to find out that how these factors impact our expected and actual. So that difference we want. So that difference will comes to 0, then 1.5, 1.25, then 2, then 0.5. This you can multiply with beta values. So we'll get the how this actually performance with your beta. So 0 into 1.2 will get 0. Then 1.75 into 1.5, 2.63. Then 1.30 into 1.25 will get 1.63. Then 1.70 into 2 will get 3.4, and 1 into 0.5 will get the 0.5. So overall we'll get the total how the market risk premium will be there, your lambda value total or market risk performance as per the activities related to GNP, inflation, interest rate and other factors will get 8.16, and you can add your risk-free rate of return. It is given in the problem, that is 9.25. So total expected return will get 17.41%. when the problem is not given you directly the risk premiums or lambda values, so you should compare with the expected values and actual values, and you can multiply the difference into beta, will get that risk premium total, and the total risk premium we can add with the risk free rate of return, so we'll generate the risk expected rate of return, that is 17.41%, as when the problem is not given the lambda value or risk premium under the arbitrage pricing theory models. Then come to the next question, also similar way what we solved in the question number 3rd. So make this problem as a homework. So today's videos will make a practice of 2 problem as a practice and understand the theory parts, how this arbitrage pricing theory will be there. Arbitrage pricing theory is developed by Ross in the year 1976, basically taking price advantage with the help of macroeconomic factors to determine efficient portfolio or individual equity share price, but we using that is linear equations, that is knowing about risk premium or lambda value related to beta factors plus your risk free assets, means equity shares returns can be generated with the above that your risk free asset, and that above that values will determine with that how much risk we taken with the help of that is various macroeconomic factors, and microeconomic factors will determine the creation of wealth in the long run as per the arbitrage pricing theory in the today's videos. Then like and subscribe for this channel for upcoming videos. Next class we can move for the application level problem on arbitrage pricing theory model.